Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a pleasure and honor to be here as a Day1 keynote speaker. I think the topic of my presentation, monetize IP video everywhere, perhaps a better quote would be, show me the money. I think that's a favorite quote from a Hollywood movie. I'm sure you're all familiar with that. Another point I want to make is that one of Huawei policy as a public speaker is that we always wear a tie. But someone said to me, we're in the new ecosystem for content business, so you don't need to wear a tie. And I also noticed in the audience that a lot of gentlemen here, fine gentlemen, also have discarded the tie. So I think it is good. It is good because I think because of the new ecosystem of content business, TV Connect has also grown over the past 3 years. So let me begin. I have a few slides just to set the scene. This one just talk about the fact that home and video application is a growing area for telco, as well as data traffic from fixed broadband and also mobile broadband, but a declining revenue on voice and SMS. So really, IP video or home application is the value-added service that I see as being adding value to the dump pipe of mobile and fixed broadband. Another forecast coming from Park Associates is that the global online video viewers will reach 1.6 billion by 2018, generating some 40 billion US dollars in revenue. So these are forecasts. So there's some truth to it. So let's look at the next slide, the third slide. This is very recent. This is from NBC Sports talking about the broadcast for the, Winter Olympics. In this case, TV viewership was down compared to the Vancouver Winter Olympics in 2010, going from 24.5 million to 22.5 million. But in fact, the live extra streaming services actually saw a 29% growth from Vancouver 2010 to Sochi 2014, reaching some 62 million users. The other aspect is that the traffic peaked at 2.5 terabits with 186% growth for the quarterfinal hockey game between US and Russia. So it is happening, forecast, but these are the latest data that shows that online video viewing, in fact, is growing very, very rapidly. So and when I talk about IP video everywhere, and today we talk about next generation TV services. And what are some of the key services that we see? Content aggregation is certainly the key, being able to bring different content, broadcast content, VOD content, content from the internet onto one single screen, onto unified EPG, being able to bring TV apps. And I'll talk a bit about that as a means of generating or enhancing revenue for operators. The home cloud, being able to share video and pictures with your family and friends via your home gateway, which is, again, a feature that a part of the next generation TV services. Follow Me TV in terms of being able to play shift between devices, and TV everywhere in terms of being able to watch video on the go anytime, anywhere. So these are the main features that I see as being part of next generation TV services. And this is a slide that goes into more depth in terms of the features, and one of the new areas that I've added is actually this one, which is the Evolve NVMS or video over LTE. In fact, Huawei's booth is actually demoing some services on eNVMS. Of course, when we talk about IP video everywhere, we also talk about using our mobile devices to enhance the user experience, whether as a game controller or as a remote controller, and also being able to use connected device as a companion screen as we watch the TV shows. So if I am a consumer paying subscription fee for watching video, one of the things that I look for today as part of next generation TV is the user experience. I think for any operator delivering a successful IP video everywhere business, they need to focus on exceptional user experience. And here is 4 areas in terms of what I see as important to IP video everywhere, which is one, I mentioned about content aggregation, being able to bringing all the content to the users onto one platform, being able to search the content over multiple service provider. An example is that if you want to watch a movie and all you need to do is speak in terms of Iron Man, and the platform may be able to, in this case, direct you to different source for that particular movie that you want to watch, coming from a different service provider. The other aspect is to be able to hand over seamlessly between devices and having intelligent recommendation based on personalization, previously watched movies based on friends' recommendation, and so on. I think these are the areas that I believe are important to providing exceptional user experience. So here's a UPG or user interface in terms of what you see here is that you see all the different content coming down. Sorry? All the different content being made available to the consumer, to users. On the right-hand side, you see the apps page as well. So another aspect of actually generating revenue is to be able to look back into your own operation and look back in your own database. Sorry? I have a problem with this thing. Being able to look back into your own operation and analyze the consumer behavior in terms of how they consume content. What content are they watching? What are they willing to pay for? What genre of content is most appealing to a certain age group? And this is, in fact, I think it's important because a lot of operators don't do as much in terms of analyzing subscription and viewership data. And this is one way of actually easily enhancing the revenue that you can get from IP video everywhere. Another aspect is also the bringing in TV apps onto a unified platform. And here's an example of an operator in China, China Telecom Guangdong, capturing over $2 million US monthly in terms of revenue on a basis of $1 to $2 US ARPU. They have 4 million IP video subscribers, in this case 1.8 million subscribers using these TV apps, and this is one way of actually enhancing the revenue. In this case, for China, it's actually on the video side, it's a low ARPU market, but imagine capturing $2 million US a month just simply from TV apps. Another approach, another innovative approach is taken by China operators is one by, in the Jiangxi province, sorry, is there a problem with this? But Jiangxi province where, in this case, the operator sold a channel to a third-party vendor to do a conference call. So that's one way of making money. On the right-hand side, China Mobile Fujin is selling bandwidth on demand, where a customer can actually pay for additional bandwidth while watching a movie to improve the picture quality. So that's another way of making money. So advertisement, I just want to talk a bit about that because the media spend for multi-screen ads will be growing very quickly. Capturing a big slice of the 80 billion US in 2013 as forecast by Fierce Cable. Ad views on smartphones and tablets also up 230% and 365% year over year. And authenticated video viewing comprised of 14% of all ad views on long-form content. And on the potential revenue, this is a courtesy of China Telecom Guangdong. And they've identified basically front page ad, full page ad, as one being able to command the most revenue as, in terms of ad insert. And of course, you have a different ad insert on EPG or moving banner tends to be lower revenue. So there's a way, this is one way of actually enhancing the revenue for IP video everywhere. Lastly, in terms of revenue opportunity is the smart home concept of home surveillance. And I put this up because I think this is the hardest selling feature for any smart home is that you can watch what's happening in your home via your different mobile connected device or outside of the home. And this is one area that I think is a revenue opportunity for operators. let me pull up this slide. There's a lot of interest in operators in terms of offering wholesale services. If you have secure content rights for your market and you're trying to build scale quickly, one opportunity is to have a platform that's open and you can bring in multi-tenancy, you can offer multi-tenancy services. In this case, whether as a wholesale opportunity or in this case on a regional basis, you can look at hosting video. This is one area that I think will be growing over the next 2 years, 3 years, as people look to actually having more scalable infrastructure, having to lower their operating costs as well as reducing the CapEx by offering this type of third-party services to ISPs or CPs or SPs. So in summary, I think driving IP video subscriber and revenue growth starts with being able to have the market reach, being able to increase the ARPU as you build out additional content layer of service, being able to attract advertisers to sponsor content, being able to white label, looking at bringing content variety, including TV apps, as I indicated in terms of references from China Telecom Guangdong, making $2 million monthly revenue, US, $2 million US monthly revenue. Having the next generation UI for much better user experience, I think that's the key today. Without the next generation UI or user experience, why would I actually try out a service, a new service from an operator, and on the basis that today you're also offering competitive content. And lastly, being able to open up your platform for third-party services and to generate additional revenue. So in fact, those are my slides for the presentation. I hope you find that of interest. I apologize for the back and forth in terms of slides. It doesn't seem to work well with me. I think Huawei has a booth out there. I hope that you find time to visit. I think TV Connect is a great opportunity to meet. And if you have any questions, I can take them now. If not, send me an email. My email is very simply ted@huawei.com. And I wish you all having very productive 3 days at the conference. Thank you.